All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son Hamashiach, who some call Yahweh Shai Yeshua, Yehoshua. We mostly know as Jesus Christ. Short lesson here. Well, not even a lesson, but we're just reviewing, seeing that, some hiccups coming out of the Lunar Sabbath. Seems Genesis and IUIC. Well, Genesis is trying to provoke IUIC into a debate. IUIC did a video debunking the Lunar Sabbath, and Genesis is reviewing the video. And this source that was brought out that said pretty much that the Romans adopted the calendar from the Jews, the 7-day week. They didn't have a 7-day week. So when we talking about calendars, you're gonna have to throw a lot of this stuff you talking about in the trash if this source is true. If this source is true, this is very detrimental to the Lunar Sabbath ideology. And Deacon them, in my opinion, or Priest Hakah, in my opinion, and Brother Hassad did not have a good defense for this. We'll go ahead and let this thing play. And this is here for if you are under the, understanding of Lunar Sabbath, you gonna need a defense for this.
Just skip up a little bit.
This truth is a doctrine of convenience. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the screenshots of the comments to prove it. Show you. Like I said, every corner. I'm gonna cover every corner today. Read that. Page 41.
The Romans, who were nothing if not practical, knew of the Jewish continuous 7-day week before the Christian era.
The Romans knew of the 7th-day Jewish week before it became the Holy Roman Empire, before AD. Go ahead. Pompey knew about it. He attacked us based upon observing this day. Read on.
And finally adopted
What did Rome do?
Finally adopted it, apparently from commercial reasons, as a way out of the confusion.
Because their normal calendar had 8 days. It was damn confusion. So we're going to borrow them Jews calendar. That make more sense. Go ahead, watch, read on.
Which was caused by the differing divisions of time and use in countries under their domination.
So, he's kind of, the reason they adopted it, I think he kind of misspoke a little bit, but the reason they adopted, according to the source, is that for commercial reasons, for money, for trade. So we can get everybody on par that they're trading with that's under their domination, that's under their control, under their rule, that they have under taxation, that are vassal states up under them. They wanted everybody, they trying to get everybody on one accord time wise. So it won't be no confusion. This person got 8 weeks. This person got 9 weeks. This person over here got 11 weeks. This country over here got 7-day weeks. So they wanted to get everybody on one accord. So they adopted the Jews 7-day week. Now, if you understand, again, if you've been following the 2 classes we did on the Pharisees and the Sadducees, you'll understand, you'll get a better understanding of, this subjugation that we're going to see Priest Hakah talks about, or this domination. You'll get a better understanding of that in the political climate of, of Israel and Rome and then ultimately the conflict that led to the 70 AD. You'll understand that better and kind of see how these things work, and they say, yeah, even with them being over us, they still like, what, let me adopt this, because it's not really like we want to enslave you and we just making you do no, y'all operate, but y'all under. It's just like America over Puerto Rico, or America over these certain other countries that that we're over, like the Virgin Islands. I want to say, I think the Virgin Islands. I done ship stuff to the Virgin. I'm like, dang, I'm shipping this to the Virgin Islands through the post office. Like, yeah, we control that area. So, and just like England controls certain parts, like England used to control certain parts in some of those islands in the Bahamas and all that, etc. I don't think they control them now, but maybe still some kind of control, but or a vassal state where they paying them taxes and they owe them bread. But you can still govern yourselves and do certain things. But make sure y'all got that. Make sure y'all got my money. Make sure you render unto Caesar. But anyway, understanding a vassal state. Look up a vassal state. But it's saying, ultimately they didn't want the confusion, so they adopted the Jews' calendar of a 7-day week.
Time difference. Our calendar made more sense in every time. PCT,
Okay.
PST, EST, whatever the hell it is.
And you'll see here, let me go back. You'll see here, he said that the Romans had a 8-day calendar, 9-day calendar, but they adopted the 7-day calendar during the week. They knew that the Jews continuous 7-day week, continuous 7-day week before the Christian era. And finally adopted it. So when did they adopt it? I mean, they didn't adopt it before Christ. They adopted it after Christ. They finally adopted it. So that's a time frame that I think Priest Akar is gonna miss here.
What did Rome do?
Finally adopted it, apparently from commercial reasons, as a way out of the confusion.
Because their normal calendar had 8 days. It was damn confusion. So we're going to borrow them Jews calendar. That make more sense. Go ahead, watch. Read on.
Which was caused by the differing divisions of time and use in countries under their domination.
Because of time difference. Our calendar made more sense in every time. PCT,
Okay.
PST, EST, whatever the hell it is.
Now, what this source is saying is that the Romans adopted the 7-day week from the Israelites. Again, where's the primary source that proves that? Is there even an ancient source that proves that? This is from 1916, some opinionated Edomite. Furthermore, how did the Romans adopt?
And my question is, did you look for the source? Like, all you had to do was put it in your phone. Did the Romans Google? And that's what I did, y'all. I'm not no great researcher and all that. Just put it in the phone. It pulls up the little AI, the AI overview. We gonna read that. Did Rome adopt a calendar from the Jews? That's all you had to type into your phone. And I don't think he did that. I think he time-stamped this point, and he had some information about the calendar being 8-9 days. And that's all he had. He's never heard this before. And I've never heard it before. This was my first time hearing it. That's why I just checked it real quick. And it's a plethora of information on this. It's a plethora of information.
The 7-day week cycle from the Israelites when they had 8 and 9-day weeks.
See, let me go back and let him get his whole spiel out.
The Israelites. Again, where's the primary source that proves that? Is there even an ancient source that proves that? This is from 1916, some opinionated Edomite. Furthermore, how did the Romans adopt the 7-day week cycle from the Israelites when they had 8 and 9-day weeks during the time they had us subjugated? I'm gonna share my screen. Watch this.
So you said, how did they adopt it when they had us, basically during the time of Christ, we were subjugated. They had 8 or 9 days. But the source that he used telling you, they finally adopted it. But they knew that the Jews had a continuous 7-day week Sabbath, or 7th-day week. They just said 7-day week. Let me just be honest with the source. Just said 7-day week, a continuous 7-day week. They knew that before the era of Christianity. Okay, and then after, finally, they end up adopting it. The source really don't tell you, that he has highlighted, doesn't tell you the after part. Well, when he said it finally happened? Well, when is finally happen means? And this is where I feel Priest Akar dropped the ball. Let him roll out though.
Let me share my screen.
We're gonna come back to that source.
Look at this. Somebody come look at the beast calendar. Satan's beast calendar.
And so now he's trying to prove that Rome had an 8 or 9 day calendar, which the brother from IUIC Deacon Ethan already stated. From there, they adopted the 7 day.
Here we go. Look at this. The Julian calendar is an evolution of the Roman calendar. The Roman calendar also contained 8 and 9 day weeks called the nundinal cycle. This is the Roman calendar. You read the letters represent the days. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Again, he's already stated that they had that calendar. Okay. And then that calendar evolved and they went to the Judea.
And then A again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. And then sometimes on their calendar they had 9. And this is when they had already subjugated us.
And that's when they subjugated us. So when did they adopt it? Like, when did they adopt it then? When are you saying the source adopted? And you just taking that the source said they adopted it during that time. But that ain't what the source said. It says they finally adopted it. Well, when does finally mean? Well, if you just keep reading the source, and that's all you have to do. I'm just going to read it from the screen. I ain't even go look up. I didn't even clip the book because it's on the screen. Let's continue reading. The week of the Jew was adopted without his Sabbath or his religion. It was a precursor for the acceptance of the religion of Christ. When Christianity at last became a religion in Rome, now we getting a little time frame of when the finally adopted became. Okay, when Christianity became a religion of Rome. So now we have to date that. Well, when did Christianity become the religion of Rome? The weekly rest day on the first day of the week was adopted with it, and thus Judea gave its calendar to the world. Judea gave its calendar to the Roman when Christianity at last became the religion of Rome. Let me show you this also, so y'all don't think I'm just making it up. Let's look at AI real quick. Look at the AI overview. Okay. Romans adopted 7 day week. Let me just show y'all what I typed in at the bottom. Romans adopted 7 day Jews 7 day. That's what I put at the bottom, right? Let's read this real quick. Let's go up to the top. It says, yes. Yes, the Romans adopted the 7 day week primarily from the Jewish tradition, where the concept of a 7 day week is rooted in the biblical story of creation, with the 7th day being a day of rest. Although the Babylonians often credited with first establishing the 7 day cycle based on the 7 visible celestial bodies, the Romans later standardized the practice across their empire, significantly influenced by Jewish customs and the concept of the Sabbath. Ooh, my goodness. Key points about the Roman adoption of the 7 day week. Hold on, let me move it up a little bit for y'all. It says the Jewish practice of the 7 day week, the origin in Judaism, the Jewish practice of the 7 day week with the Sabbath as the day of rest considered the primary source for the modern day 7 day week. Babylonian influence. While the concept of the 7 day week cycle likely originated with the Babylonians who observed 7 celestial bodies, the specific religious meaning of the Sabbath day is linked to Jewish tradition. Roman standardization. Emperor Constantine the Great officially established the 7-day week in Rome in 321 CE, solidifying its widespread. Do you see that little thumbnail by each of these? And this is another thing y'all can do when you're dealing with the AI. It's a little thumbnail. You see a little thumbnail at the, like a little circle right there with a little thumbnail. You can click that and go on the link, and you can dig a little deeper, and then it'll have other stuff under there. But that source said what it said, bro. You just kind of maybe misgleaning the information or jumping to a conclusion. But it said what it said. And I want you Sabbath brothers. I want all my Lunar Sabbath brothers. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? So I want you to do some research. Do some research and educate us in the comments on this information of the Romans adopting the continuous 7-day week from Jews. And this thing becomes adopted in 321 CE or AD by Constantine the Great. And it's not the other way around. They got it from us. What do y'all think about that information? Y'all hit the comments. All my Lunar Sabbath brothers and sisters, y'all hit the comments. All my brothers, y'all got that Gregorian calendar, that Julian calendar. Hit the comments. Tell me what y'all think. And then if y'all got some links, share the links. Share the links. I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. Shalom.